Alright, what's up, pussies? Today we're going to be doing a AIM controller review. This is the AIM controller. Um, so I bought this controller because of Rody Bros. That motherfucker uses these controllers. He uses the PS5 version, I believe, but this is the PS4 version because PS4 has less input delay. Um, just for reference, I'm gonna be judging this controller pretty much off this one. This one is my baby, an Xbox Elite Series 2 wireless. The only reason I got a new wireless, am I fucking retarded? There's a wire sticking into the top, bro. Oh god, bro. The only reason I bought a new controller is because these are double clicking. So when I switch to my fucking shotgun, I end up switching to my fucking minis and dying. So yeah. First off, this controller. I'll tell you what I got on it. So we have. I pretty much kept the damn thing bone stock because once you get into doing all the extra customizations, we're getting up to $250, $300. I cannot afford that because nobody watches my videos. So please like and sub. What I got is I got the 4 paddles. I'm a 4 paddle guy. I like having 4 fingers on the paddles, but later you will see why I can't do that. Mouse click triggers. Mouse click triggers. So literally, if you're gonna click a mouse, that would be what like this is. It's literally mouse click triggers. I got this, my right analog stick raised for extra aim, extra like I don't know, movement. If you're not doing that, by the way, if you are not having a raised right analog stick, you're losing so much potential in your aim and building and editing and everything, by the way, so please do that. There's control freaks that you can get. You can get extra controller, like a new controller, whatever. Do that. Do that, because that is fucking pog. Okay, so let's just get right into it here. So first off, and my camera's frozen. I kind of need my camera to do a controller video because that would make sense. All right. So let's get right into it. So first off, I've been on this controller for a week. It's kind of my week 1 review of the AIM controller. My original thoughts are, it's good. It's not a bad controller. Obviously I need to get used to it a lot because going from an Xbox to a PS4 is going to be a lot different. But I think the hardest thing for me to get used to is these paddles. These paddles are very shit placed. They are horribly placed. This is a 2-finger 4 paddle controller. You need 2 fingers on this thing unless you want to break your fingers and have them like this, then do that. But I can't play like that, so I play with 2 fingers. I play with my 2 middle fingers on the bottom paddles, and then I'll move them up to these paddles, which are not as important. So right now, I'm on 73 ping in creative because there's a windstorm in my area, so please do not judge my building. Um, so, I hate that. The paddles on this thing are horrible. They're really hard to click. Really awkward to use 4 fingers, and overall, they're hard to click down. They're really hard. They're really responsive, which is very good. Obviously, you want the most responsive thing you can get, but they're very hard to click down. Definitely some getting used to from these, where you actually, they're very easy to click down. It's very easy. These are very hard to click down, as you can probably hear. They're very responsive, but very hard. So it's kind of a, a give and take. For that. Very shit, like they're not placed very well on the controller, just things like that. They're not horrible. Now the mouse click triggers, and you can also get mouse click bumpers, which I do regret not getting. But the mouse click triggers are the most responsive thing I've ever like seen or had, or like they're just so responsive that it's actually almost too much. They're also hard to click down, so yeah, it's definitely a bit iffy that way, but it's just like when you're trying to make really quick like resets on controller, obviously because you have to press like 18 million buttons to reset on controller, it makes it hard because they're so hard to click, and it's such a minuscule range of movement on these mouse clicks that sometimes you catch yourself just holding the button down, which is definitely something that you need to get used to. I feel like this controller overall, that's really the only two things that is not different than a stock PS4 controller. It seems like I have a PS4 controller here somewhere. I don't know where it is. But this feels like the quality just doesn't feel very good. It doesn't feel great. But that's obviously for another video, durability kind of thing. So overall, this controller is not bad. It's a very steep learning curve, especially coming from a Xbox controller. If you're coming from a PS4 controller, it's a little bit better, obviously, because you are on a PS4 controller. You're moving from a PS4 controller to a PS4 controller. It's a lot different. But the learning curve with the paddles and the mouse clicks are very, very large. It took me a long time to actually get used to it, mix around my binds. But overall, I'd give this controller a 7 out of 10. And the price is good too, 162.50 Canadian. So that's like 140, 120 American. That's actually really good. But the shipping is horrible. I mean, I ordered it in August, got it in November, like a week ago. That's fucking bullshit. Their customer service is brutal. Um, that is definitely something to watch out for because it is fucking ungodly. Like, just not even like good, like horrible. So yeah, that's my aim controller review. Um, like I said, I give this controller an 8 out of or a 7 out of 10. For reference, I would give my old baby a 8 out of 10, and the 2 points that I'm taking off are literally durability. Because these controllers are the least durable on the fucking market. But yeah, this controller 7 out of 10. Steep learning curve, but hopefully in a couple months I'll be able to give you guys another review. My fucking camera's glitching out. Hopefully I'll be able to give you another another rundown, another review, and tell you how it is once I'm actually good on it, and once see if I'm better than the Xbox Elite or if I'm worse or better, whatever it is. I'll be able to let you guys know in a couple months. But yeah, said this controller 7 out of 10. I would give this controller a 7 out of 10. I would give this controller an 8 out of 10. This is my baby, and the only reason I'm taking 2 points off this controller is because of the durability. The durability on this controller is horrible. Um, Double inputting when you're on your bumpers is just not it. Overall, this controller is decent. A steep learning curve for a lot of people, especially when you're first started off using paddles. The mouse click triggers are definitely a steep learning curve, but everything else is pretty solid. I'll be able to give you a better, more in-depth review once I actually get good on the controller and be able to do all the stuff that I did on this last one. I'll be able to give you a way better review on durability, in-game gameplay, like everything like that. I'll be able to give you a in-depth, great review, and stay tuned for that shit. So, peace the fuck